All right, peace, y'all. This is your boy Ras Tien in the building, and today I have a very special guest who goes by the name of Wandernchaos.
Hey,
What's
what's
going
up,
on,
everyone?
brother?
I'm good. Just chilling, relaxing. I'm on vacation, so I'm just enjoying the vibe.
Oh, okay, that's good, player. That's good. So, before we begin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, where are you from originally?
Okay, so originally I'm from Southside Chicago, Illinois.
Chi-town.
Chi-town represent, yeah.
Yeah.
I am a content creator for No Way Esports, which is an esports company. So like technically, like, I'm on a sponsored team. Big time nerd, been playing games all my life. Got into the good old stuff because my older cousins got me with the Dragon Ball Z and stuff. And then from there, transitioned to like traditional anime. I mean, stuff, everything on Toonami went on anime. I've always been playing video games. Really heavily into RPGs like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, all that good stuff. Yeah, so once that set my path, like once I hit 10, I basically went full nerddom, like, and I haven't stopped. So I'm still rolling, enjoying everything that's getting put out. Yeah, and I'm an extremely extroverted person who likes to have a good time.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you know, when I first started talking to you, I could feel the energy all the way from abroad, brother. Like I felt your energy all the way over here in Asia. I'm like, this dude, he's like, you would have been like one of my best friends in high school. I could tell. Yeah, I could tell. And yeah. So basically, let me start off by asking. Let me start off by asking, how long have you been cosplaying?
Ooh, since 2005. So when I first got in, I first discovered cosplay around the first time I discovered YouTube, because this was like 2005 and Kingdom Hearts 2 just came out, and I was just like my cousin told me about YouTube because he wanted to show me like some J-pop artist band and Japanese music, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And then I found like silly YouTube poop videos with Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I was like 10 at the time, so I was like, ha ha ha, this is funny. And then like I saw someone's convention footage of like a bunch of people dressed up as Sora, like doing silly stuff at conventions, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, what is this? This looks so much fun. And I like messaged my mom. I asked my mom, like, hey, can I have a late birthday gift and have a Sora costume? And she was like, sure. And then she took me to a convention. Oh, my cousin took me to a convention later that year, and I had my Sora costume, and that was my first con. So 2005 was my first like experience with cosplay and everything. And like my first costume was a Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora outfit, but I didn't even have a wig. I just like about the outfit, and then when we got to the con, I saw a Keyblade, and I asked my mom, I was like, can I buy it? It was like this 30-pound steel Keyblade I still have today. Mm-hmm. But like as a 10-year-old, that thing was heavy, and I was like, this is so cool. I have my Keyblade loader, you know. So that's, yeah, since 2005. And through the years, I've definitely like learned a lot, experimented with skills, like a lot of different skills. Trying a lot of different things, like sewing, obviously, foam crafting, like dealing with like resin and all types of different things. So like, if you really if you want to like, because like cosplay, you can learn a lot. The community is really nice in terms of like teaching. So, yeah, that's how long I've been cosplaying. It's been a while. Oh my god, it has been a while. Holy crap.
Yeah, I remember I started getting into cosplay.
You're like, I don't know. I think you froze.
I froze.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, I was just listening to you. I don't know,
Okay.
but I think my internet connection was a little unstable, but it's okay. But I heard what you said though.
Okay, cool.
All right, good. But yeah, I mean, I got into cosplaying. What age was I? I think it was around like my early 20s. I believe like maybe 20, 22 or 21. But and the first person I ever cosplayed as was not Tozen. Who's the blind dude from Bleach? The one with the dreadlocks.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. With like the purplish dreadlocks. I forgot. He has like the orange scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name.
They can start with a K or something, huh? Kosuke? Tozen? No. Tozen? Or maybe...
hold on, maybe we can look this up through Google.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Bleach, so it's... I forgot a lot of them characters.
Yeah. It's Tozen. It's Kaname Tozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember your boy died too, but I digress on that. But yeah, but I can say like I was mostly cosplaying when I first started it when I was living in Birmingham, Alabama. Then when I moved back to New Orleans, I did it at this anime convention called MechaCon. And I started like, I was working as a bodyguard, or not bodyguard, but security for, and it was cool because I got to get in free and meet with voice actors. Like I done met your boy, Tommy Oliver. No, I met Jason David Frank, the original Green Power Ranger.
Yeah.
I still got a picture with old dude. I done met him. I done met Johnny Young Bosch, Scott McNeil, the original voice of Piccolo, for those of you who don't know from Dragon Ball. Yeah, man, I've met who the dude? Who's the dude? Todd Habercorn, I think that's his name.
Yeah, he's one of the people. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I've met like so many people. I've had the
Todd
honor.
Habercorn's the voice of a lot of anime characters and video game characters. So
yeah, and with that being said, actually I'm gonna be dressing up on Friday. Friday will be Halloween our time here in Asia.
okay.
Yeah, so we're like a day ahead of y'all. So I'm not gonna go as nobody special. I'm just going as like a wolf man or some shit. But yeah, just an excuse to dress goofy. But that leads that leads me to my next question. What kind of cosplayer do you consider yourself?
Good question. I would say one who's like more laid back and stuff, because I don't really do cosplay competitions. So I guess one that does it for fun, I would say. So not a competitive cosplayer, but more like one that does it fun. I like to have fun and do photo shoots. So that's, and like, just meet other fans who like the same things. So a lot of things I like are like really obscure and like old now. And they don't really follow all the mainstream. Some stuff are mainstream, yeah. But like, I would say I'm just more like a cost positivity one. I don't know. So like, yeah, just cosplayer of positivity, just having fun, dressing up, doing fun, because I understand like cosplay is a way for a lot of people to express themselves, dress up as their favorite characters, meet other people who like the same things. So yeah, that's I feel like that's the best way to describe what type of cosplayer I am.
Okay.
But yeah, even though I have been doing it for a while, I've seen like how the culture has changed multiple times, but I'm still pretty much the same, doing this for fun. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do you just do cosplay or do you crossplay as well?
I do not crossplay. I have nothing against it. I just don't do it. But I only do cosplay. I do gender bends. So like I've made traditionally female characters into a male version of them. But yeah, I don't do crossplay because that's a lot of extra work. And cosplay is already hard, and crossplay is even harder. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm not. Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to make like a dress or a skirt or something like that, right?
Yeah. And then some people go to full 9 yards with like the fake breasts and things you can wear. And I'm just like, wow, props to you guys. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they could save that. I'll just go as my own gender. I don't need to go as like a third gender or fourth gender and all that other jazz. So, why do you cosplay?
Why? Okay. Originally I got into it because I wanted to meet other people who like the same obscure games I liked, because like I grew up playing a lot of JRPGs and like they're not as popular. Well, now they're definitely popular, but like back then in the early 2000s they weren't as popular or sought after. And like I wanted to meet people who like those games too, because I thought they were super cool. And it was just like I originally got into it just to like be a big nerd and meet other people who like the same stuff, because I grew up in the hood.
Oh yeah, I know how
so
it
like,
feels.
yeah. So like, I got picked on for being like the black kid who liked video games like Final Fantasy and stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then so I wanted to meet more people who like that too. And then when I started going to conventions, I definitely did. And cosplaying definitely like expanded my like outreach to people who like the same things. So I guess that's one reason why I got into it, because it's just like I wanted to like be the characters I represent.
Yeah.
I mean, be the characters I really loved and liked. And I've always liked Halloween, so I was just like, this is just Halloween all the time, so I'm just gonna do it. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Well, yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's how I say like that's why I do it.
Okay.
So.
And yeah, and it's a shame too, because like, you know, for our people, it's like when they see guys like you and me, you know, we're considered the outcast pretty much. We're not black enough, no matter how dark we are and stuff. It's like if we not like if you know, the funny thing is, me and my friend from LA were talking about that today, how his uncles and them used to try to play him if he's playing a PlayStation.
You're back.
Oh,
okay, no, you're back now. You were like frozen for me. I couldn't hear anything you said the past like.
Oh, you couldn't?
Seconds. Yeah, the past 4 seconds.
Oh no, okay. I was saying that it's sad for our people because you know, a lot of us aren't considered people like you and me aren't considered black enough because we don't do the same thing. Like I was just talking to a buddy of mine from LA, and he was talking about how his uncles would always try to play him because when he used to play the PlayStation, they would always be like, "Man, where the Madden at? Where 2K? Why you got these retarded looking characters? What is Dragon Biz? What is Naruto? It looks gay." Yeah, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And but it's good that we found our place. I like to say. Now, is cosplay a hobby you could see yourself doing in 10 years?
Yes, I can safely say that because there is no age limit on cosplay, and I do enjoy, like, since this is a hobby of mine, I do enjoy the fabrication of like creating things. It like fuels my creative passion, and then seeing like things I've made come to life or be war, so based off something I saw. I think it's cool. I can definitely see myself doing it in 10 years, possibly with the family down the line too, because at the end of the day, it's still a hobby for me, and it's just dressing up as like fictional characters or non-fictional characters. So like I have no problem doing it, and like it's the same. Like it's similar in Halloween, where the aspect was like, well, people still dress up on Halloween. Cosplay, you can do it like forever. Like as long as you enjoy dressing up. Like I feel like the only reason why you wouldn't cosplay is because you just don't want to, because getting dressed up does take effort. But like even then, you don't have to like get dressed up. You always do something super easy. So yeah, I can still see myself cosplaying in like 10 years.
Okay, that's cool, brother. That's cool. Now it brings me to my next question. If someone told you they hated your cosplay, what would you do?
Oh boy, I've had this happen before. So I would ignore them and shrug them off because when you cosplay, you're technically putting on most of the time a copyrighted image or character or something that's already been like officialized or whatever, even if it's not original character. I mean, you can cosplay original characters too, but like most people end up dressing on those things that are already popular and stuff. Mm-hmm. I ignored it because there's always going to be naysayers in any like field of like expertise or hobby. There's always going to be the haters, so I just ignore them. Now there is a certain extent when it becomes like hatred and starts becoming bullying. I don't stand for bullying, so like I generally stick up for people who are being bullied in terms of cosplay stuff because I'm not going to deal with that. But like, if someone told me they hated my cosplay, I'm like, well, that's not my problem. That doesn't matter, and I don't care about your opinion because I didn't ask your question. I didn't ask you. So yeah. The people who say they hate my cosplay, oh well, not a problem. Move on. Like, I don't know you. We're not friends. I don't, And then telling someone you hate their cosplay, that's definitely like a thing you can keep to yourself because that's not relevant to like whatever. So, especially the people who just do it for a hobby or do it for like, who don't compete. I don't compete. So you telling me you don't like something I create for my own self, I don't give a fuck, It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and yeah. Some people, I've never had it happen to me before, but I think it was because I just had an intimidating look, like I don't take no shit. So, but yeah, let's see. Now you said that your first cosplay ever was Sora, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so then what are your next 3 cosplay plans?
Ooh. Okay. Honestly, COVID kind of put like a halt on like what I'm actually going to do. So like I kind of just been pushing a lot of things off to the side and just making small things here and there and everything. It's kind of hard to narrow one down because I normally like make my outfits based on like if I really love them or not, and then if I have people to wear it with. I'll make it myself. If I love it enough, I'll make it myself anyway. But like certain stuff, I would like sync up with other people to wear them with them at like photo shoots or like at events. Since all events were canceled, I'm just like, well, I have no like motivation to make anything. But I've been making small stuff. I would say my next like big ones that I've technically already started would say like this Afrocentric link. So like there's this fan art on Twitter. I forgot her name. It's like username Kylie. Yeah, Kylie on Twitter. She made like Link as if he were black. So like she gave him like blonde dreadlocks and stuff and made a custom design for him. So I'm making that, and I got her permission to make that. So I'm just gonna make that because I thought that was really cool, and I've always loved those in Zelda. So I'm just like, okay, it's about time I cosplay Link.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Another one I'm doing is Lars from Tekken 7. Like his default outfit from Tekken 7. Because he's like my main, and I've won tournaments with him for Tekken. So I'm just like, okay, I need to cosplay him. Because people at fighting game tournaments, people underestimate people who cosplay, and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna go cosplay and beat you while in cosplay. So like, oh yeah, you lost to the cosplayer while he was dressed as the character he beat you with. That's like an insult to injury. I don't know, but working on that, and I'm also working on the blue Power Ranger from Power Rangers in Space.
Okay.
Like TJ.
That was the black dude, huh?
Yeah. The black dude. I'm working on his suit.
Well, you took me back. You took me back to my childhood.
I've always loved them. I'm like, it's about time I jizz them, because I've always loved the cosplay Power Ranger too. So I'm just like, I'm working on that. I have to order a helmet kit so I can like make the helmet and stuff. But that's gonna be an experience because I've never like made a full helmet from a helmet kit. I've done helmets from Pepakura things where you like piece together and then you put resin inside and you mold it yourself. I've never made it from a helmet kit, so that'll be my first time experiencing that and learning that. But that outfit is almost done. But yeah, those are the 3 things I'm working on right now. I put a lot of things on the back burner, but like creating stuff is another like chill hobby for me to do. And to get like sometimes I like to mix it up. Sometimes I get tired of playing games. Sometimes I get tired of watching anime. So I'm like, I need to do something else. So like I have a lot of different hobbies, things to dip my toes in whenever I'm like, I had to mix it up. I'm tired of doing this. This is something else. So
okay. And have you ever been in a cosplay contest?
Yes, I have. And then it was like 2006, I think, or 2007. So I did a cosplay contest. It was for the skits back when skits were a thing. Skits at conventions were more like cosplayers would get up on stage to do a performance or something, like it was a comedy sketch or like dancing sketch, some form of sketch, and then the top sketches would get like picked. I did that once, and then I did that once with the group in 2006, and then again in 2009, and we won the cosplay contest in 2009 for the skit. We got best skit, and that was fun. I have did costume contests for like actual like costume judging and stuff, but I've only done those like in groups. I've never done those individually because like I personally don't like contests based on bias, and a lot of those cosplay contests are based on someone's opinion and judging, and I get it, they have their own reasons for judging, but like I don't like contests in general that are based on someone's opinion. I like contests like from video games where there's a clear video games and sports. There's a clear winner, and it's like it's based on a point system or some form of system where it's like, oh look, there's a guaranteed winner because they did this much stuff. Not like, oh, their outfit's better because of what can go on. No, like for example, fighting games. No, you know who won or lost because there's a life bar and the life bar went down. And it's like, yeah, there's a clear winner.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of friends who do contests and compete. That even went to like World Cosplay Summit and all that. But like I don't do that. So that's a whole other subgenre world of cosplay within itself, because there are people who get really competitive with these things, and then a lot of the competitions involve big bucks, like thousands of dollars. And then even cosplays even got on TV, national TV in America, a couple times. So like there's big money into it, and that's the side of cosplay I don't mess with, because I like to just do it just for fun and like learning stuff and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, that's good, brother. I think my favorite kind of cosplay, I like cosplaying as a samurai. Like you know what? If I had I could do this actually. I think I might do. I think because I practice kendo, so what I might do is I might go as Yasuke. You know who Yasuke is, right?
Like the first Black Samurai, right?
Yeah, that guy. Because I have a hakama and I have a a gi. The only thing is I just need to get a sword, which ain't hard.
Yeah. And speaking of Yasuke, they recently casted so I don't know what's the name of the movie, but they casted I forgot this actor's name, but
Lakeith Seinfeld from Atlanta.
Yeah. They casted him as Yasuke for some movie, and I was like, okay. And I like that actor because they put him in that Netflix Death Note. They put him in Sorry to Bother You. He was also on Knives Out. Yeah. So I like the actor. So yeah, I was like, they casted him, okay. So I'm surprised they're doing a movie with the first Black Samurai. So I'm curious what it's gonna be like.
Because originally Chadwick Boseman, before he died, he was supposed to be Yasuke.
Again? Sorry, you frozen. What did you say?
No, I was saying before Chadwick Boseman died, he was supposed to play Yasuke. So yeah, I'm happy that he's still going with the project.
Boseman was supposed to be him. Okay.
Yeah.
You froze again, by the way. I don't know.
wait, I froze again?
Yeah. Okay, no, you're back.
Oh, okay. I froze. Okay.
So Chadwick Boseman was supposed to be Yasuke before he passed.
Yes. So sad.
That is sad.
Yeah. And next question is do you prefer sewing, armor making, or wig working? I'm sorry.
Woo, man. Sewing, armor making, and wig making. Because I definitely dabbled in all of them. Oh my god. I would have to say armor making, because armor making, it's not easier, but I don't know. I get more satisfaction from making something that like has some girth to it that like that can physically use to protect yourself. Like if someone hits it, it's more likely they'll get hurt or it'll protect your actual body. So I enjoy making armor. Granted, I haven't done that many armor builds, but I know how to. And I've made a lot of things from different foam and like manipulating foam. So I would say, yeah, I enjoy making armor because armor, like, it's a lot of trial and error. In retrospect, you have to like a lot of measuring, a lot of cutting, a lot of like making sure things fit properly. I mean, the same thing can be said for sewing too, but with sewing, you can undo things easier. Versus armor, when you make that cut, that cut's done. You're done. It's like a cut. If you want this cut, it's like, oh, well, you cut it. You need to go either get more material or figure out a way to like maneuver whatever you got to wherever you need it. So I would say I like making armor better. And plus, yeah, making armor, I enjoy that more than working wigs. Wigs are also another beast. But yeah, like, I've definitely messed with all three, and I definitely enjoy making armor more because I just like the idea of like putting something on that has like that girth, that like, oh, this is another layer of something that's actually like thick enough to protect you from something. So yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good, man. That's good, player. I've never made any costumes of my own before. I never had the patience. But
that's fair.
Yeah. Do you prefer to do photo shoots at cons or at specific locations?
I prefer specific locations, but I'll still do a photo shoot at a con simply because like that's sometimes the only time you can get everybody together. But I do prefer location shoots because location shoots, you're not limited to the convention space. Convention spaces are limited, and it's like, oh well, we can't go get this really pretty background, or we can't go to this because we're at the convention. On location shoots, the location shoots literally like the world is your canvas. You can go anywhere as long as you don't get caught, or it's like you know, as long as it's not a place that's like off limits or you have permission to be there, you can pretty much go anywhere to get good pictures. And like I live in Chicago, so there's a lot of places I can go if I want to get like a cool city background that's like in my backyard, or like just go downtown. That's easy to get. If I want to go like to the suburbs and get like some pretty nature stuff, that's not that hard to get. If I want to go like to the beach to get water or whatever, we have beaches by the lake, so I'm just like, my options in terms of getting whatever like backdrop photography or for whatever scene I want, it's like I have a lot of variety. So I like location shoots better. Now the issue with location shoots, you gotta have people who are willing to travel and do stuff. I've traveled to other states to do location shoots before, because one thing we don't have in Chicago is castles. That's like other states have castles.
Yeah.
But I definitely traveled to other states to shoot at castles before, or like old mansion estates. So yeah, I prefer location shoots. And plus, like location shoots, you don't feel like you're in a rush. Convention shoots, you feel like you're rushing because people are there for the convention, and there's so many things that happen at conventions at one time, and it's just like you gotta set time here, you gotta set time there, you have to run there. You know, if you don't set up your con schedule to actually just do something, you're gonna like be trying to all over the place, or you can just wing it. But location shoots, you're most of the time you have all day or whatever, or just chill out and brainstorm, get the right shots you want, make sure they come out nice, and then, you know, golden hour, all the different weather things. There's so many options you can do. So I prefer location shoots. Yeah.
Location.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And is there a type of character you cosplay as frequently?
Yeah, I would say generally my like go-to characters are the happy, optimistic characters. Like my favorite 3 costumes right now are like Titus from Final Fantasy X, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and Lucia from Overwatch. They all are like generally like happy, athletic type characters who are like, you know, most of the time positive. Yeah, they have their moments where they cry or like complain, but like I generally stick to like characters that fit my personality, because I get for some people cosplaying is like acting and etc. I generally cosplay characters I relate to or that match my personality, so like that way I never have to be different. So like I can just be myself in the character and be like, okay, guess what? I already like this character design. I already like this character's personality. The personality reminds me of me, or like there's some similarities there. I can just be myself and be like, I'm in character automatically by being myself. There have been times when I've cosplayed characters that don't fit my personality because I like their outfit anyway. But generally my favorite type of character cosplay is like the happy-go-lucky. I don't want to say protagonists because there's a lot of protagonists who are not like happy, but like the best friend, happy, supportive character who's like generally optimistic about a lot of things. So
okay, and this is how you are in real life?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, because like I'm an only child, so like I try to be optimistic about a lot of stuff and not let things get me down. Because I get it. Well, world is tough, man, and like
Chicago too.
Yeah, Chicago too. I mean, you know, we are black men in this world, so like things do not always work in our favor. So I just try to be happy and look on the optimistic side of things and make it work for me, because I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer or something, like, or have things hold me back because I was like, my mood was like not in the best spot. So yeah, I'm generally a positive person.
Yeah. I know how you feel. I mean, I come from New Orleans, so you and I have a big thing in common. We come from very dangerous, sometimes depressing cities.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next question, brother. Do you have any favorite cosplayers?
Oh no, that's actually really hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't say I do. Like, I can mention people who are like I'm really cool with, or people who I like. I'm glad I got to meet, but I can't necessarily say I have favorite cosplayers, because, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so I've seen a lot of the people I've seen or whatever. I've actually become like genuine friends with, but I can't say they're favorites because, like, I get it. Okay, a lot of cosplayers have like, I guess like their one thing they get known for, or like one thing they're recognized for, or whatever. But like, I can't say. I have a hard time picking favorites of anything in general, because I look at it from a subjective standpoint of like, why do I like this person? Why do I like what they do, or whatchamacallit? And it's mostly, it always leads down to like, either we have similar fandoms, or their personality is really, I like their personality. So it's kind of hard to say I have a favorite cosplayer, because I can like see the goods and bad in everybody, I guess. And I don't like picking favorites, because I put everybody in separate categories, where it's like, if I want to do someone with this particular person, I'll just go physically message them, but I'm not going to pay like any, like, I won't like take them out of the thing if they ask. Normally, like, I do things, I try to keep things organized, so I don't necessarily say I have favorite cosplayers, but I definitely do, like, appreciate a lot of cosplayers in general and like the things they've done for either the community or just how they are. Like I can drop a couple names like Papa Bear Cosplay. I'm really cool with him, and like he's an older figure in cosplay for me. He has a family. He cosplays with his family, and I think that's adorable. As a, like Papa Bear Cosplay, as a, like older black men cosplaying with his family still. I think that's pretty cool, and like I'll look up for that, but I can't say he's a favorite cosplayer because I've seen some other stuff too. And then it's just like other small things. They're like personal reasons why I like some people, so I can't necessarily say favorite because like I see people outside of cosplay in terms of like when I try to get to know them. So it's kind of hard to pick someone just for a cosplay. So that's just my take on it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites is Leia Star.
Oh yeah, wait. Leia Star. Oh, like Leia, like
yeah, Lil Leia.
Lil Leia. Like, oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool with her too. She's like she's cool. Like whenever I'm in Florida, I'm just like always doing stuff with her. So yeah, cool. Like last time I was at a hall mat, we did David and Lilo from Lilo and Stitch together. Cause she was Lilo and I was David. We just hung out. It was fun. Yeah. She's cool. She's really cool.
Yeah. She was the one who turned me on to you and other people like
You froze.
Oh, I froze again? You see me now?
You froze? Okay, you froze.
Okay, you see me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Dang, I didn't even know I froze. But no, I was saying she was the one who put me on to people like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some other brothers too. I keep forgetting their name. I think one brother who's a transgender person, and there's another.
Terry? Terry Mononite? Yeah.
I think so. But yeah. She's one of my favorite ones, and I wanted to interview her, but she never has time. So I just said, I'm gonna catch her whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the most detailed cosplay you've ever done?
Ooh. That's hard. Like detailed in general, like everything.
I mean, anything you could think of.
Cause like a lot of my cosplays, there's always that like one part of it that's extremely detailed somehow. Not all of them, but there's a lot of them. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. You know what? I'm gonna go with Lucio because that was my first time making stilts. So, Lucio from Overwatch. Now, the top part is just like a tank. It's like a tank top, but he's all like a cybernetic. His whole lower half is like a cybernetic. He also rollerblades. So, with that costume, well, me and one of my previous significant others, she helped me like pin things to my like body, but we had to make like a harness thing, and then I made armor leg pieces, and then like I made like stilts, so that way they look like roller skates, but I can still walk around because it's not safe to wear rollerblades in a big convention space, especially when everyone's stopping you for pictures every 5 seconds. So like we made stilts that look like his rollerblades and stuff, and I had like drill shoes and wood and stuff, and like it made me even taller. But like I would say that's the most detailed in terms of I did that plus the leg armor because I wanted the leg armor to be flexible, so I actually could physically like dance and break dance into it, and that took a lot of like figuring out because I run around at events and things a lot, so I wanted like not be held down by a slow costume. So I try to make all the armor pieces like extremely flexible, like a fight, whatever. And Lucio is definitely one of those outfits that can go dance, run, jump, be extremely like agile and silly in it. And it still has that like, oh wow, is he like a robot? Why is he doesn't have legs properly? So yeah, I would say that's definitely one of my more detailed pieces. And we made that outfit. Like I made that outfit like 3 years ago now. 3 years ago. But yeah, I would say it's definitely one of more of the detailed places I've done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that sound tough. That
Yeah,
sound tough.
it was fun to figure out, but I was just like, man, this is something. I was like, I must really love this character if I figure this out, but it was worth it. And
Okay.
I'm happy now I know I'm like willing to like teach anyone
Okay.
how I did it. So
So, what are your top 3 craftsmanship tips?
Okay, measure twice. I hate to say this, but like measure twice in terms of like anything, measure twice and like give yourself leeway. That's definitely a tip I suggest you do. Like measure twice before you cut. That tip. Another tip, don't be afraid to ask and research. Yeah, I get you want to be like, I want to do it myself, blah, 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 blah. Don't let your pride get the best of you. Ask people how they did things. Ask certain questions. Don't be afraid to research, because you never know. There are a lot of ways to tackle a project, and somebody's outlook, even like people who don't cosplay, like someone who, like, say, an engineer or someone else who has expertise in some other field, don't be afraid to ask them questions, because they might have something that give you an idea, spark you with like that little spark, and go, I could do that, because there's lots of ways to cosplay, even outside the typical standards of like, oh, buying typical cosplay materials. So don't be afraid to ask questions and research from people in different fields, and etc. And last tip, craftsmanship tip. I would say don't be afraid to make mock-ups and drafts. This also goes into like having a prototype. So like if you're making something, don't be afraid to make a prototype of it, because sometimes things change. Sometimes you get bigger, sometimes you get smaller, sometimes things happen and you want to adjust it because you find out some new technique. So don't be afraid to make a draft of whatever you're doing, simply because it may take longer in the long run, but it can save you time in terms of like insanity and patience. So like you want to make sure things are done right, because you'll run into issues later if you don't do it always right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with making things fast and quick and easy and cheap, because I'm a cheap cosplayer. I make a lot of my stuff cheaply because I'm not spending a lot of money. But yeah, don't be afraid to make a draft, for sure.
Okay. And you mentioned that your favorite cosplay was like what, Sora and Lars, right?
No, Sora, Titus, and Lucio. Sure.
Okay.
Those three.
Okay, good. So we can get that question out of the way. Now, what is your worst cosplay horror story, if you have any?
Oh man. Okay. Oh. I would say, like, ooh, that's so hard. I would say one that involved like me forgetting my wig, and then me buying the wig at the con and trying to make it work for the outfit. And then like belts breaking. So like there's a character I cosplay Chaos from Xenosaga 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I forgot my wig at home, and ours was going to Detroit. I was already in Detroit for the convention. I was like, oops. So I bought a wig at the con, hoping to style it in the room, and it didn't come out as well as I wanted. And then like while we were shooting, belts came off. Like I bent over, my pants ripped, and belts came off, and like my pants almost fell down. I was like, oh great. And I was like, how the heck am I gonna do this? So like,
yeah, he was walking around like, oh god, oh god.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, so for the shoot, we'll definitely fix it up. I can just hide the angles. But then I went back to my room and took it off. I was like, okay, that's embarrassing. So I feel like that's my worst cosplay horror story, which is mild because I've heard some way worse stories. But yeah,
Okay.
cosplay.
Yeah. So, what's your funniest cosplay story, if you have one? Or maybe this would probably be the same question. Almost, it seems like.
No. I mean, horror and funny are different. I mean, I'm trying to think of what's funny. I would say, oh, okay, funny. Yeah. Okay, so okay, cool. It's funny how the world works because you meet people in all different ways, right? So
Correct.
this one person that I play Overwatch with, they're like on an esports team now. Like she's in college, like on a collegiate team.
Mhm.
But when I first played Overwatch, it was like the first year the game came out when I first cosplayed Lucio. We went to this convention. She went to the convention. I went to the convention on my own, but I was dressed as Lucio. And then like the following, like, we came back. She was just like, "Yeah, I saw this Lucio cosplayer. You love too shy to get a picture and stuff." And I was like, "Wait a second, Lucio cosplayers? There's not a lot of those." And then I showed her a picture, and she's like, "Yeah, it was that one." I was like, "That's me." And she was like, "What? That's you?" And then we were like, "Yo." It was so hilarious. And we met up for other tournaments for Overwatch that we won. But it's just, I feel like it was funny how like somebody was fanboying over somebody and not knowing who they were. And then they end up realizing, "Oh, wow, I do know you. That's funny. Oh, wow. Huh."
Yeah, it's like it's like when you think you know that celebrity that you've had a crush on for a while, you're like, wait a minute, you're not so and so.
And then they end up like, "Oh, you're the person that's right there the entire time. I'm so sorry." Yeah, you were secretly fanboying over me, and I was right here the entire time.
Yeah.
So I would say that's definitely one of my funniest stories.
Okay, cool. All right. What's the best in-character interaction you've ever had?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so, I have a couple of them, but like I'll just tell you one. This one has to do with me dressed up as Titus from Final Fantasy X. So there's gonna be a little bit drawback. Titus from Final Fantasy X, in the very beginning of the game, he's like this blitzball player. Blitzball is like their fictional. It's like water polo, football put together. He's a famous blitzball player in his game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like at the very beginning of the game, he has like little fanboy kids come up to him, like asking him to teach him how to play and stuff, and he's just busy signing autographs and they're like, "It's okay, I gotta go to my next game." So like at Dragon Con, like 2018, I was dressed up as Titus, and I was just walking around outside taking pictures and hanging out exploring the city because it's like downtown Atlanta. There's this little kid, this little white kid.
Yeah.
He was like super nervous. He was just like, because he was dressed up as Titus too, but he was like, he was a kid, so it was like he was like super short, and he was dressed up as like another like a little, like, it looks like it was a homemade costume that like his parents made, but like he found me. He was just like, he was so shy to like go ask for a picture, and then his parents kept pushing him to go talk to me because I was busy posing and gonna stop for pictures, and then like he was like, "Can I get a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then we got a picture of us both doing like a typical like Titus like pose, and it was so adorable because I was like, "Oh wow," he was fanboy and stuff. And then like I got the picture on my Instagram, but I thought it was so cute, and I was like, "Wow, this is funny. This is like adorable and everything." It's like one of my favorite moments. It's just like I love seeing like little kids get like so bright-eyed when I see characters they like love and stuff, and just like, oh, and they just freak out. It's just like, wow. So yeah, I love stuff like that.
It was weird because the first time when I ever cosplayed, people thought I was like Afro Samurai, and I'm like, you don't see I got a dreadlock wig? But it was still cool because they were still impressed by my costume and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, now you said you've cosplayed with a family member before, right? Which is your cousin, right?
Oh no, I haven't cosplayed with family members before, but like he's the one that got me more into video games and anime and stuff. So he like opened the world to the nerdy culture for me. But yeah, I haven't cosplayed with any family members. Not yet. I have some family members who are interested. It's just we never like grouped up.
Okay.
Wait, no, I take it back. I have cosplayed with one family member, but like, this is weird because I didn't know they were my cousin until like the family reunion. But there was somebody I met them at a con, and we were in the same area. And we just started to hang out, and then like the following year, I had a family reunion. I was just like, "Why the hell are you here?" And I was like, "We're cousins." I was like, "What the hell?" It was so hilarious. I was like, "Wow, I didn't know we were cousins."
Yeah. It's weird because it's like that one girl you were trying to smash at the con, and then you see her at the family reunion. Like, wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
This is my second cousin, my long lost cousin.
You gotta double check who you marry.
Yeah, like hold on, is this in the family album? Like, what the hell? Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah, I have met like we cosplayed together, but I didn't realize she was my cousin until afterwards. So yeah, that was. So technically, I did cosplay with the family member, but like, it was still funny to find out that was my cousin. I was just like, wow, that's funny, bruh.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so glad I did not make any advances on you.
Yeah, glad you didn't hit it. But, what is your favorite cosplay photo of yourself?
Oh, I can't pick one of those. I have like this whole set. I can't just pick one, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. Generally though, I stick to like full group pictures because when you like get the full group of whatever you're dressed up as, or like a big group of it feels good and you guys are looking all cool together. So generally those are like more of my favorite pictures I use. But I can't just pick just one. Because this is something I just frequently try to get groups together for cosplays, because like I like having that full group experience, that full group of like the cast walking together, hanging out, being silly. Like having a full group is fun, and then like although it can kind of be hectic in terms of like you won't be able to move at a convention, but if you're just at a location shoot, hanging out with all your buds dressed up as like the entire cast from whatever show or game, it feels good and it's fun, and it's just like you all can fanboy or fangirl, geek out over whatever you're already passionate about. So I would say those were like always like my favorite type of photos, like favorite photo of myself, because I'm always in them and it's always showing like a good time. So I can't just pick just one because there's like multiple. Like I've done a Young Justice group, I've done Final Fantasy 10 groups, I've done like The World Ends With You groups, like a bunch of variety of games and shows and stuff. And yeah, like I like those group experiences. So
okay, all right, now we got 4 questions left.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool. What are your go-to stores for cosplay materials / full cosplays?
Okay, material wise, go-to stores, I will go to Harbor Freight if I want to get like EVA foam and like other like random ring dinging mask, gloves, like shoulder pads, stuff like that. Harbor Freight is my go-to store for that because EVA foam is cheap there, and I'm cheap. like it's $10 for a big ass roll that can last me like multiple projects.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to go to Dragon Con.
If you try to go to a lot of events, you want to keep things on the cheaper end. And I prefer going to events. So I'm just like, look, I'm gonna get costumes look decently okay, but I'm not spending a lot of materials. For the Harbor Freight one, I have like I would say find your local fabric store outlet. I know in Chicago we have this called Discount Fabric Store Outlet, which is like this giant warehouse of all these type of fabrics and stuff. Is you get for like super discount cheap, even like buttons and stuff. That's another one of my favorite places to go. But that's like a local thing. I try to stay away from Joann's because Joann's overprices a lot of stuff and their coupons are not that great sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Joann's either.
But if I get people, sometimes that's all they have in suburbs. But yeah, try to find your local fabric outlet store. And yeah, and no, that's pretty much where I will go for. This is just me because I'm not the best when it comes to like doing wig stuff. But for terms of like getting wigs, I'm cheap, and I've also when you are like trying to experiment and get better at building a craft yourself, you gotta just gotta put in the work and figure it out. So like I would often buy my wigs off eBay, or I would go to beauty supplies because I live like in the south side of Chicago. We have a lot of beauty supplies here, and they got a lot of wigs. So I will like. There's been lots of times I've often go to beauty supplies and get a wig on like extremely cheap, or like or I go bid on a cheap wig off eBay. That's a costly wig, and I'll go learn. And once I get it, I'll learn to style it or edit it myself. Because like right now, I'm building a dreadlock wig for when I do that Afrocentric link. I'm getting that all from the beauty supply store for like less than $5 of like light blonde dread that I'm like learning to weave inside the wig. So yeah, I would say for wigs, if you live someplace that has beauty supplies, definitely go in there, mess around with that, learn that. Just make sure you don't get overcharged or like buy the most expensive stuff, because wig stores have actual human hair, and that's not always the best what you want for a costume wig.
Yeah, that's more of like if you're just trying to fool somebody.
Yeah.
They can think this is your real hair. Like, yeah, girl, I got Indian in my family.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, eBay wigs are another way to get in there because it's super cheap. I know Amazon sells wigs too, but I would say stick to eBay. Just be aware of shipping, because shipping takes a while.
Okay.
But yeah, eBay or beauty supply stores. So those are my 3 places I normally go for like wigs, armor, and like fabric.
Okay, so I guess you already answered the second question, because I was going to ask you, do you prefer to buy pre-styled wigs or style your own?
Yeah, it depends. Mostly I say style my own, because pre-styled wigs get super expensive. Like people will charge, I get it, making a wig is hard, but like people will charge out the wazoo for a wig, and I'm like, I'm not spending $300 on a wig that I can learn to do myself. Or yeah, you know, whatever. There's been times I spent money on the wig because of lack of time or lack of skill, but most of the time I'd rather learn how to figure it out myself. There's no shame with buying a pre-made wig. It's just when you buy a pre-made wig, you also run the risk of like it not fitting your head properly because you didn't get to figure it out yourself. Because the person who put the wig in, they weren't there. Unless they weren't there to actually like test your head fitting is different, because every wig fits differently for your head. Like, and then sometimes like you need to do things differently. Like sometimes I don't wear a wig cap because my hair is flat, but there's also times when I wear a wig cap because I have too much hair and then my hair gets smushed down. And there's been times when I was like, look, I have way too much hair. I have to get a haircut before a convention and event so I can put the wig on. So like it depends.
But you got your fro looking nice though. I like the way how you got your fro.
Thank you. But yeah, normally I try not to cut my hair if I don't have to, but I have nothing against buying pre-made wigs, but like I rather like style a wig myself. That's another thing. That's why I said get them off eBay for cheap, learn to style it, and then if you really want to get ballsy and like do all the extra stuff, you can learn to sew wefts into a wig to extend the hair to get those extra spikes or whatever you want to do. You can get those off eBay or like other wig shops like Epic Cosplay Wigs or Art of Wigs. There's lots of places you do it. I would just suggest do your research. Try not to spend too much, especially on something that you're trial and erroring or learning for the first time. It's okay to go cheap if you're just learning to do something, because you know next time you do it, when you actually know what you're doing, you want to get the best material. That way it can be like super pretty. But yeah.
Okay. And have you ever had someone mistake you for a different character?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Ha! Okay. Yeah. Like, frequently. Like, there's been multiple times I cosplay Titus from Final Fantasy X. They call me Cloud. And I'm just like, from Final Fantasy VII, I was like, you clearly don't know anything about Final Fantasy VII. But it's like, because I get it. Some people, like, instantly assume things with, like, for whatever thing that's kind of similar. Like, I get it. It's okay if you don't know it, but it happens. It's gonna happen. Don't get it. I would say try your best not to get offended, because not everyone's gonna know every series or everything. Because there's just so much media and things to consume. You're not gonna memorize every character's name, especially if the names are like an entirely different language from yours.
Yeah, and I remember when I had these fox ears, like this fox ear hat. I wore like a red shirt, some red shorts. And I think I had some red shoes on, and I had a foxtail, red tail with the white color pattern. And for some reason, people thought I was Knuckles the Echidna.
They're like, "You're Knuckles from Sonic?" I'm like, "No, what?"
Yeah, that was weird.
So it happens. There's been times when I was cosplaying Lucio from Overwatch, and I got called Eddie Gordo. And I was like, "What? Are you only saying that because we both have dreads? What the hell?" I was like,
yeah, all you black guys look the same. Like, yeah,
right? They're like, "Oh, you black characters look the same." I'm just like, you guys don't know crap about what these things are, but okay.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. Okay. I think you've already told me all the cosplays you've done before, right?
No, I don't think I did, because I have like over, I don't know how many I did. It's over 50 cosplays for sure. But
Okay.
I normally have like a completed list on my page, like completed cosplay list, like with pictures and stuff. So that way I can keep track of it, because I don't have all the same costumes anymore, because sometimes I either sold them off,
Okay.
or like they're just too damaged for me to fix, or I repurpose them for something else. Like, for example, my Inuyasha cosplay I don't have anymore because I repurposed the pants for him for Keelik from Soul Calibur, because they both have the same like red Hakuma pants. So I was just like, I'll repurpose it for a different outfit instead of buying like new pants or whatever, if you know.
Okay. Now, last question. Now, this is our last question.
Yeah, cool.
What's the biggest con you've cosplayed at?
The biggest? Like,
yes.
I would have to say Dragon Con. Dragon Con is huge, and I suggest anybody who go, even if you don't like, even if like, if you want a big con to go to that like has everything of nerddom, go to Dragon Con. Because Dragon Con has anime stuff, has sci-fi stuff, has comic book stuff, has whatever fandom, almost any fandom, almost, not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go to ATL. Yeah, go to ATL, Atlanta, Georgia.
Dragon Con, Labor Day weekend every year. It's a blast. A lot of great people. People from different countries come to Dragon Con. That shows you how good it is and big it is.
I ain't never been there yet.
It's like a 5-day con, so it's a lot to take in. I was overwhelmed the first time I went, but I loved it, and that's like one of my favorite cons to go to now. And I would say that's definitely the biggest con I've cosplayed at. Yeah, because just the amount of people there, the guests they have there, oh my god, it's so great. The dealer's room is a freaking mall. It's like a 5-floor mall in itself, and that's just the dealer's room. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You gonna have to show me some pictures after the show. I would like, because I've never been there. I never had a chance to go to Dragon Con. I was supposed to go, but that's, things didn't work out with the girl I was with at the time.
It's great though. It's great.
Yeah.
They also have like a parade, like a convention that has a parade through like downtown Atlanta. It takes up most of downtown Atlanta. It has a whole parade that's like broadcast on TV. So Dragon Con is huge. Definitely worth it.
Okay. All right, y'all. And that was our guest, Wandernchaos. Now, Wandernchaos, tell us, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all under the same Wandernchaos. WANDERN Chaos, CHAOS.
Okay, good, man. Good. Hey, man, I had fun with you tonight or
today.
It
was fun.
I want to thank my gracious guest for gracing us with his presence today. It's my man, Wandernchaos. And Mr. Chaos, stick around after the show. As some things I want to ask you.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. And for the rest of y'all, it's been real. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to your boy, Wandernchaos. He's on Instagram as well. If you follow me, then you'll find him as well, because we follow each other. So with that being said, y'all, love, peace, and coconut grease. I'll holla.